Scrap for that. There you get one more.
You can run quite fast, can't you?
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Blair Drummond Safari Park, and thank you for taking the time to come down to California Cove to meet our group of California sea lions. I'll introduce you to the one with me right now. This is Inika in the middle, one of our Oscar's girlfriends. She's definitely the smartest of our sea lions and the loudest. Yeah, nice face full of fishy breath. Beautiful, thank you. And then we have another one of the girlfriends. That's to my right. That's Lucy there. She is also a mum, just like Inika. And then you had a little sea bean come running along on the beach. That's our youngest sea lion, that's Nessie. She is 1 year of age. She turned 1 in June and she's doing fabulously well. She doesn't eat fish yet, but she might come and try and steal some. She's just getting used to playing with it. And then to my left, we've got the big man of the demonstration usually. This is Oscar, the biggest of our group, the guy with the 2 girlfriends. They could have up to 20 girlfriends in the wild. That's crazy and would create a lot of chaos here. Yes, it would, so we're happy with just the 2. And then we had 2 little sea beans running inside. They were Otis and Barney. They are just inside for some training. So we're going to start now by teaching you the differences between seals and sea lions. There's lots of people come here almost every day, in fact, and they are referred to our guys as seals. Makes them very embarrassed. It's kind of like calling a rabbit a guinea pig. So I'm going to teach you 3 different things to look out for. Some big, some small, but hopefully you'll know the differences by the end of the talk. Now the first thing to look out for, it's very cute, it's very little. It's on the side of their head and it reminds me of Shrek, and it's these beautiful little ears. Beautiful, just as where you would expect to find them. They have external ear flaps, that's essentially what they are. But if you look at a seal, you won't notice their ears. Their ears are internal. They do of course have them, but you'll just notice a slight hole either side of their head. Now the next thing to look out for, you want to show them off, go for it, Tabitha. What are these? These big, long foreflippers. They have very long foreflippers. The males, the very, very big males, their foreflippers could be about as long as your arm. So very different to seals, because if you compare a sea lion's foreflipper to our arms, a seal's foreflipper is only about the size of your hand. So sea lions have big long foreflippers, seals have very small, cute little ones. Now then, they also means they move very differently. Our guys are found in our guys are found all the way from Canada, all the way down, of course, around the sunny California coastline, and then all the way down to sunny Mexico, and they get around with ease on lots of rocky outcrops. They have a rotating hip joint, which means they can tuck their hind flippers underneath them and push across and balance with the big long foreflippers. Seals, however, not so agile. They don't have a rotating hip joint, they have a fixed hip joint. So they move around much like a chubby little slug, like the guys are trying to show you now. They're just not as agile on land. Good girl. So that's the 3 things to look out for. Look out, see if you can see their ears, see if you notice how long their foreflippers are, and if you're lucky enough to see them in the ocean, see if you know, in the ocean, on the land, see how they move, and then hopefully you'll know the differences. They do, of course, unfortunately, share something in common. It's out there in our oceans, and it does like to eat them, because they are a big tasty snack, and they're full of blubber, and they'll keep a predator going for some time. Now, what typically likes to eat them, Oscar's trying to give you an impression, and you can see if you can do the same. It is the largest predatory fish in our oceans right now, the great white shark. They are also hunted by killer whales, otherwise known as orcas. And obviously if you've got one of those on your tail, what you want to got to do is get to land, because let's face it, we're all pretty safe on land away from sharks. But if land isn't in sight, what you're going to need to do is adapt a different technique. And these guys got it down to a T. They'll do this when they're having fun, and our guys do it an awful lot. But they'll also do it when they're panicking. So they'll leap out the ocean, they tuck their long foreflippers tight into their body. That's going to make them as streamlined as possible, almost torpedo-shaped. And then every time they exit the water, the air offers less resistance. So they can increase their distance and increase their speed. And these guys can reach speeds of around 25 miles per hour. So they're very fast on that. Hello! Excuse me, if you would just mind sharing a little fishy, I'm just going to take that over there in just a minute. Lovely. This is Bessie doesn't say Nessie isn't eating fish, but they get to a certain age where they're like, this looks like fun. So she'll chew it, she'll play with it for months sometimes, and then finally one little fishy goes down the hole and everyone's happy. So as I say, they're leaping out the water, they're trying to create a commotion, just like Oscar's doing there, a lot of splashing. And Inika, she's gone for it, create a big old splash, because what they can do is they can leap out the ocean to up to about 3 meters, and that helps to disorientate their predator, because their predators, and particularly great white sharks, do like to hunt from below, so they go for the element of surprise. Lucy's going to go for it now. Hopefully it'll give them a split second to get away, and whilst they're doing that, it's pretty cool, their eyes work independently from one another, so the one eye is looking at the shark, and the other eye is looking for somewhere safe to be. Beautiful. But now that's their natural predators, and you can't hate on the sharks, they're incredible creatures themselves, and everyone's got to eat, haven't they, Inika? Yes, they do. Yes. Yeah. But there is many a problem out there that isn't so natural, and that's what we're going to tap on today. Because if there's one thing I'd like you to take away from this talk, other than how beautiful our sea lions are and how lovely they are, we would like you to remember this one little fact. It's very simple, but it's very, very scary, isn't it? Yes, it is. Because it's plastic. So these guys have been around for hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of years. Sea lions have, and a load of the other beautiful marine life that we have out in our oceans right now. And unfortunately, they are all succumbing to a big, big problem that's only been around for a few hundred years, and it is plastic. It's us. Look to your left, look to your right. The only reason that animals are dying out in our ocean as a result of plastic is because of us, because we're not putting it in the right place. So by 2050, this is a bit you need to remember, by 2050, it's predicted there's going to be more plastic in your oceans than fish. More plastic in our beautiful oceans than fish. That's absolute madness. So we wondered whether we could teach a sea lion to recycle, and it turns out you can. So if you have a check out Oscar now, he knows if he finds a bit of plastic in his pool, they're very inquisitive creatures, he's been trained to put it in the right bin. And we were hoping that if a 10-year-old sea lion knows how to recycle, maybe you guys might go home and do the same. All it takes is a few seconds, pop it in the right bin. If it needs a rinse, again, a few seconds of your life, nothing too drastic. But if you put it in the right bin, it won't end up in your landfill sites, it won't end up in our streams, our rivers, ultimately our oceans, and it won't kill animals just like these, because that is what happens, isn't it, Inika? And we don't like it, so it's like, yeah, good job. It's like, yeah, everybody recycle, make us real happy. Absolutely. So put your plastics in the right bin. If you can avoid them, fabulous, but most of the time we can't, can we, Inika? It's everywhere. But the good thing is, there are people out in our oceans in our country right now, trying to do the right thing, and they're trying to save the seals that we have around here. So I know we were joking that we're not seals, we're sea lions, but we do love seals. And you have them all around your Scottish coastline. And we have a cool thing here known as Link to the Wild. Now, Link to the Wild is a fundraising initiative set up by the owners of the park, and it enables us keepers to choose a charity that we would like to raise money for. So we have chosen Caithness Seal Rehab and Release. And that's a charity up in the north of Scotland, covering the whole of the north of Scotland. It's pretty incredible. I've been there myself. It's very big. And a husband and wife, and that's literally it, and their 2 dogs. And they've turned their whole house and their garden and all their buildings into a seal rescue centre. And they've got a couple of seals there right now that they're trying to take care of. It costs about £600 just to look after one seal, and that's without veterinary treatment. But they literally do go out day and night and try to rescue animals. Particularly they get ones where you've got the frisbee trapped around their head. If you've never seen a photo of that, you haven't been on the internet enough apparently, because it happens all over the place. But these guys, as I say, they're inquisitive, and if they're not inquisitive and accidentally eating it, they get caught up in it. So we were wondering, if you would like to donate, then please do. All we ever ask for is 1 penny. We don't expect lots from you at all, because we had a target here at the beginning of when we opened in March. And this target we set around about 3,000. We're already at about 4,500, and it's thanks to guys from your generosity, just like you, that literally donate a penny, 2p, 10p. It literally does make the world of difference to animals out there. And the great thing about Link to the Wild, Inika, what is it? Yeah, that's it. That means all of that money goes directly to the charity. We don't take a penny of it because we shouldn't. So if you want to donate, we will be out at the back after this with stickers as well. And you can, of course, come and put a penny in and ask us any questions if you want to. Leslie's I got such a scratch. Look at her, beautiful. But we're going to tell you, before we finish our demonstration, a little heads up about what we do here with our sea lions. Lots of people do ask us how you train your sea lions, what it is you do with your... Oh, and the kiss is beautiful. Well done, Inika. And they ask us how we do so. So the first thing and the only thing, the main thing, is we use positive reinforcement. That means every time our sea lions do something good, they get a big, tasty reward. If they do something that hasn't quite hit the mark, no problem at all. We move on to something else. We never ever punish our sea lions. If we did, we'd never be able to be in here with them. Because guess what? Guess what is it in a couple of kisses? Thank you. Oscar over there, and all of these, actually classed as Category 1 animals. That puts them in the same list as sea lions, puts them in the same risk as tigers and bears and lions and yeah, big scary things, absolutely. But positive reinforcement is so powerful, we're able to come in here and look after them. That's why we're here. We are here to look after them because we're not out there in the oceans trying to protect the ones that all have plastic ruins. So every day we come in here, we go, hi Nessie, and they're trained to do a health check. It's called husbandry behaviours, but it means we can take care of them, and if they ever get poorly, we can intervene and they're not stressed or worried because it's totally normal to them. So first things we do, open the mouth, have a good look inside. They're trained to show us all of their teethies. Inika right here is even trained to swallow a pill. She's a very clever bean. And we can make sure they haven't got any ulcers and everything's nice and healthy in there. And the next thing we do is ask them to present their foreflippers to us. We showed you them earlier just to show you how big they were. Actually, that's trained so that we can check underneath, make sure they haven't picked up any scuffs or abrasions. And the real simple, well, it looks simple, but it takes a lot of patience from them, and it really helps us just ask them to lie down. They're trying to lie down for about 10 minutes at a time, but it means we can check them from their heart-shaped nose all the way down to their beautiful little chubby tail, and then we can ask them to roll over. She said, yeah, I can do that. Not only do we get a beautiful look at their chubby little bellies, actually it enables us to do good girl such things as ultrasounds, and that's exactly how we knew that our females are pregnant, and then we could work with our veterinary team and make sure mum and pup were happy and healthy too, and that's what we do it for. In fact, these guys are trained for x-rays, blood draws, and they're even training for injections, and they do a fabulous job, and it all goes back to positive reinforcement and making sure that every day for them with us is a great day, because we spend more time with these animals than we do our own family. We love them from the tips of their nose to the top of their tails, don't we? Yes, we do. And we want to make sure that they always have a great time. But the best thing sometimes for our sea lions, go for it, because I know you've been dying to do a water, but she's learned this and she's like, look at me, I'm beautiful.
Oh, wow.
It's just let them be sea lions. They are in the midst of breeding season, hence we've been outside for all of our demonstrations, because love is on the brain, and Oscar, bless him, can't be a millimetre away from them most days, so he likes to be outside with them, and that's totally fine by us. And we're going to let you have a nice little time, and you can go and see your pups and everybody. She's like, yeah, high five, good, lovely. So we're going to leave it there, because they have actually done really well today. Some days, sea lions, when it's breeding season, go, no, thank you, I'd like to float like a hippo in the pool. Well done, Oscar, give yourself a round of applause. If you would like to, and she's off again, if you'd like to get a sticker, they are free of charge, everybody, and you can absolutely have a sticker. Ah, more fishies, thank you. They have Oscar's face on them, so if you'd like a little bit of Oscar in your life, come round. We just behind this waterfall here, we just need to wash the sea glitter off our hands, so you don't get a fish all over your stickers, but we will give them free of charge, adults included, and you can come and ask us any questions. And then of course, if you would like to donate, please feel free, but please don't expect to think that we expect you should. So from me, from Inika, yeah, that's a nice thank you for coming down. Hope you have a fabulous afternoon here at Blair Drummond Safari Park, and we hope to see you again soon. Thank you, take care, and goodbye.